Welcome back to another episode of Prac Plays. Today we'll be doing another hobby terrain tutorial video where we'll be building some hedgerows. As you can probably tell from some of our other videos, my World War II figures are based on the Normandy campaign, and therefore hedgerows are a big part of my gaming table. The problem with my current hedgerows, though, is they look more like garden hedges, and not like bocage, thick hedgerows that you'd probably expect to find in Normandy. So today we're going to fix that. And the way we'll be doing that is by painting and flocking these resin hedgerow miniatures that I got from Ironclad Miniatures. They're great little models with a lot of detail, and honestly, I think it would cost about the same amount to build these from scratch as they were to purchase them. Now, as you can probably tell, I've already gotten started on this model. The first thing I did was primed it white, and after that I added a base brown color of wildwood contrast paint. Now the next thing I did was dry brush the model with a light brown paint. Now if you've never dry brushed before, it's pretty simple. You just take your paint on your paintbrush and then wipe almost all of it off onto a paper towel. You then take your paintbrush and wave it over the top of the model, and it should put that light brown paint over all the high surfaces of the model. The next step will be painting the rocks gray. Here I'm using a gray Army Painter speed paint, but you could also use a Citadel contrast paint or traditional paints, however you want to paint it. My only criticism of this model is there's tons of little tiny holes all over it that can be kind of hard to fill with paint. So I recommend using more paint than you think is necessary, and then you're still probably going to have to go back over the model and look for these little tiny holes and get those things filled. I kid you not, there's way more than you think there are. So now that we've got the rocks painted, we're going to fill out the last two pieces here, which are just kind of these random branches and tree stumps that are all over the model. Here, I'm just picking two contrast paints or speed paints, just different browns, and applying them randomly to the different branches. Obviously, you could do this with a lot more browns or a lot fewer browns. We're just trying to get some variety here. And speaking of variety, one of my favorite things about these hedges from Ironclad Miniatures is just the different types that you can get. You've got straight pieces and bent pieces and curved pieces, and there's even pieces with gates in them, little wooden gates that you get to paint. They've also got emplacements like sandbag emplacements and log emplacements, and even like these fortified positions, like these built-up redoubts. And overall, I think that's great because that's what we're kind of looking for in wargaming terrain. Something that you can paint and look good, obviously, but also that gives you a lot of reusability. You're going to be able to mix and match these and rearrange them and use them on a ton of different battlefields. So now for the fun part. This is where the hedge will start looking like a hedge. You're going to use your hot glue gun to attach the flocking that comes with the models, which is another great thing about these models is they come with the flocking you need. You can also add flocking from other companies, which is what I'm doing here. Adding some tufts, some different bushes, some sand, some hay, and when you do this, the models will really start to come to life. Now there's not a ton of tips I can give you on using the hot glue gun and attaching the flocking. It's pretty simple. But one thing I can tell you is that the hot glue gun is always going to leave behind these really annoying strings as you pull it away from the model. A way I found to get rid of that is that as you slowly start to pull it away, blow on the little strings that start to form. And if you blow on it, eventually you can pull the hot glue gun away and there won't be any strings attached. Now, another great thing about these models is they come with pre-drilled holes in the top where you can add trees. Now, they don't come with the trees, although they do come with some of the flock, but you can easily buy these. I think Woodland Scenic sells a pack of value trees. You can get like 20 or 30 for a pretty decent price. And that's what I've done here. Now, they don't fit all the way in the holes, so you'll see me using the clippers just to clip off the bottom, but otherwise you apply them just like you do with the hedges. Put some glue on the bottom or some hot glue and then stick them down into the hole. Now, I won't tell you that this was a quick and easy process. Painting 40 or 50 of these took a long time. And while the flocking went really quickly, there was just a lot of it to do. But that being said, I think if you look at these hedges compared to my old hedges, you'd probably agree with me that they look significantly better. And the great part about these is that I'm going to be able to use them on a ton of different battlefields in the future. So look out for them in some of the new videos that'll be coming out. Either way, let me know your thoughts. Would you have done anything different? Is there any other types of tutorial videos you would like to see? Otherwise, I hope to see you in the next one.